Your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
It's Tuesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? Well, I mean, you should have voted. That's what that means, man.
The votes are here.
The votes are here. You get a vote. I get a vote. Vital, you get a vote. Everyone who listens to KKOB, they get multiple votes and then claim they didn't.
Ooh.
Just kidding. A little hot take, a little political talk to start. We're talking a little politics today. Not a lot, just a little. Laura Montoya is going to join us. She's running for state treasurer. She's going to be here in about 13 hard minutes. We're going to talk about why it's important to have the best players at the best positions when it comes to the state level.
That's what's up.
We're going to do that with her. Got a good program today. Joining us at 5:45, Josh Sushan will join us. He's the voice of the Albuquerque Isotopes. They are playing tonight at home against the dastardly, against the embarrassing, against the grotesque El Paso Chillas.
Is it Vital? Is it the Chinchillas? I forget.
Last I remember, it's Chihuahuas.
No, it's Chupacabras.
It's the Chupacabras. That's what it is.
From the live chat, friend of the show, Joel, is in East St. Louis right now. So lock your doors. And if you see a milk crate on the corner, don't go into that neighborhood.
Buy a quart of gin at the liquor stores in East St. Louis.
You get your guns and your liquor at the same spot there.
That's
pretty sweet.
Every block in my hometown, liquor store, pawn shop,
strip club,
Rice House. Those three things are every single corner where I grew up. And then you're talking about Washington Park, which is a story that I'm not allowed to tell on air, Vital.
I'm not either.
The statute of limitations haven't expired yet. Is that what you're saying?
On some of the things I've seen, kid. Michael's making the show go around. We're live in the studio, 505-246. Connect with your boys. 505-246-0610. I guess I should have given out the whole number. Text us, call us. We'll take those things. We'll take them from you.
Oh, my gosh, Fred. If the friends of the show are out of town, how are they voting?
All right. Well, you can vote early.
Oh, that's lame.
Or absentee.
Oh, that is so lame.
Are you talking about the process of voting? Because to me, the process of voting is the coolest.
No, I love voting.
Okay.
I like standing in line.
Yeah.
I like talking to my neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
I like walking in there on voting day.
Yes.
I like stickers.
Same.
Yes.
And
now there was rumors earlier today that somebody got in a big fight in standing in line waiting to vote today.
Oh, we're going to ask Laura Montoya about that. We're going to find out what's going on. Get the dirt. Where was that at? Hey.
I'm not sure.
Rio Rat Hole?
Was
it in Rio Rat Hole, Michael?
Somewhere else in the state.
Yeah.
Not in the Albuquerque area.
Lost Lunatics? Is that where it was?
That's a good one.
Thank you. I just came up with that one.
Yeah. So you just saw the Nelly concert.
I did just see it.
Some of the St. Lunatics were there. Got a little name crossover.
That's so funny.
My local precinct wasn't quite rocking, but it was a nice steady flow. Everyone who was working there, volunteering there, said nothing but the nicest things about my local precinct and about the voters that were there that day. So I think it was smooth sailing in my neck of the woods.
That's good.
I don't know about where people are throwing chingazos.
What's that word?
It's the El Paso's mascot.
I hate them.
The chingazos.
If those chupacabras come to this town and think that they're going to win a single baseball game against my baseball team, the Albuquerque Isotopes, he's in the wrong turf, son.
More like chupanalgas, am I right?
What is that?
That's a butt sucker.
Yeah,
that's what they are. Yeah, if those chicken nuggets come to town, we got them. We got them all day long.
Chicken nuggets. It's not even Spanish.
You're going to tell me the Spanish don't eat chicken nuggets?
I'm not going to tell you that.
That's bigoted.
I am not going to tell you that.
On this radio show, on this network right now, You need to announce to the world that you are bigoted towards those who eat tendies.
Well, because chicken flautas are superior.
What's that word?
That's why. Flautas.
No.
You've been here 5 years, Fred. You got to know at least a third of these.
Yeah, well, so here's the thing. I'm trying to impact my culture versus accepting others. I'm trying to put it on to others.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd that work out for the colonies?
It's hard because I showed up at Albuquerque and I was like, everyone here better be worried about punctuality.
Oh, man.
They were not.
That is adorable that you
No
thought.
one.
How long? You still giving up on that, or are you still going? Like, how's that working?
Well, it comes in streaks. I'm like Klay Thompson with shooting. Sometimes I'm real hot.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm not.
Like Draymond with technical fouls.
Okay. Hey, Draymond is hood.
That's how he gets the job done.
Draymond Green is straight
We
hood.
did a whole segment on this yesterday.
Yeah. But we didn't use the word
The
hood.
enforcer is the most important part of that team, and that is Draymond Green.
He's like if all of the Detroit Pistons from the 80s
Yes.
were one guy.
Yes.
Because also, the difference here, like Bill Lampier and all those cats, because that's what I'm talking to right now, is Detroit Pistons fan from the 80s that lives in
Correct.
Albuquerque.
Yeah.
All the John Sally that were on that team. Draymond, unlike those cats, he don't care about the officials.
Oh, no.
No.
Never has.
No, because he knows he's bigger.
So Draymond Green got his 23andMe results back.
Okay.
And it just said Charles Oakley.
That's very good.
Yeah.
It said, Oak, you already have a file.
Change your name to Charles Oakley Jr. That can pass better.
So Van, you don't know this by now. Van did 223andMe's. You got different results. How does that happen?
That's not how it works at all.
From the live chat, Van is not allowed to talk about food. And I believe that is reference to your ignorance towards people of shades of Spanish not enjoying chicken nuggets, because I thought that was a stupid take from you.
Okay. Well, I didn't say that. You put those words in my mouth.
You basically said.
I think friend of the show, Andrew, is saying that because I'm vegetarian. And he is quite the carnivore.
As he should be.
Yeah.
Because he's a man.
Okay.
And you're you.
Okay. I built a house with my bare hands.
Okay.
Vegetarians can do that.
Would you call friend of the show Andrew to change your tire?
Honestly, I wouldn't. He's got those soft hands.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, very soft hands. He's got the hands of a poet.
Will it be soft touch tomorrow night? That's very funny.
Thank
Would
you.
it be soft touch tomorrow night for Klay Thompson, because he needs to come alive if the Warriors are going to win a game on the road in this series? Because I'm telling you right now, the Warriors are going to sweep or it's going to go to 7, and there's nothing in between.
There is something in between.
What is that?
Reality, because Celtics won game 1, lest you forget.
I did forget because that was a week ago.
Yeah, the games are so far apart.
You know what I've done between the span of game 1 and game 2 and right now? I've gone to Gladiators games and Nelly's concerts,
That's
and
true.
I've watched wrestling pay-per-views.
That's true.
And I've watched regular wrestling, and I've listened to all of Spotify's Nelly, and I've done a lifetime worth of stuff between game 1 and game 3.
I've been to the gym twice.
Okay.
I cleaned my house.
Yeah.
And I watched all of Stranger Things.
Not even cleaner.
on top of work responsibilities in between the last 2 NBA
Yes.
games.
Well, I've been seeing your email, and I just don't know how much work responsibilities you've been getting done. But I will say you've lived a lot of life.
Well, I didn't say I answered emails. I was actually working.
What you should have been working on is a hype video for Klay Thompson as he
Okay.
needs to rediscover the stroke. Gotta have him. Gotta have him.
It's a game of streaks, Fred.
I always say that.
We all
I
know.
always say-
We all know this.
As the premier sports influencer here in town,
Okay.
me.
Oh, is it you now?
It's I.
Okay.
I am the premier sports influencer in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
That's what I've heard
Like, comment, share.
from you. I've heard that from you.
I think it's understood at this point.
Okay.
There's conversation that's had about it.
Yeah.
You know, when you're at the watering hole and you're belly up to the bar, and people are like,
I'm very familiar.
yeah, and people are like, God damn, who is like the premier sports influencer? And somebody goes, Fritzla.
Fritzlo.
They don't even let you finish the question.
Hmm.
That guy from 2 Men On, you know, the good one. And then they're like, Vital. And they're like, no, Fred Slow.
They're like, where did you hear that about Fred? It's like, from Fred.
Yes.
Yes. Fred told me
He influenced my sports opinion.
on Sports Influence.
Thank you.
Yeah.
IE. So as I'm conveying this as the dynamo sports influencer here in town, as goes the Golden State Warriors is Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is going to allow them to sweep this, or his failure will force it to 7 games.
God, I want to see a Game 7.
Oh, more than anything. And also,
but I have no patience because Game 7 is like in August now or something.
Well, it'd be nice for you to watch Game 7, but also see like the leaves on the trees change.
Yeah, it's a beautiful time for basketball.
Yeah, the fire up north will be out by then, so that's forever away.
Not because it's raining or anything.
No,
just because the fire got bored.
Yeah, waiting on the NBA Finals.
Took too long. Fire just quit.
Or hear me out. What if Klay Thompson starts raining threes, and it all comes together?
That's strong work, right there.
Got you. If not only am I a sports influencer, if I become a fire influencer, if I become like natural disaster influencer,
okay,
that'd be strong. No one's trying to claim that one. I can get that one.
You know what I didn't think about?
Lots of stuff.
Every part of this country that's had some kind of disaster, fastly wins the championship.
Oh, keep going.
So congratulations to the Isotopes and New Mexico United.
Yeah.
And Lobos next season.
I agree.
Because they're all winning the championship.
They're all going to get ships.
Yeah.
And also, this was like in New Mexico Highlands' backyard. Cowboys are going to run the RMAC. How else can that be? That's the most factual thing I've ever said.
Wait, you said that? I could have swore I just said that.
No.
Sports influencer Van Nunley.
Okay.
Pushing the meter here.
Sports influencer Fred Slow and sports adjacent influencer Van Nunley.
/ meteorologist.
You got your Steve Stucker out right now?
Yeah. Is that who talks about fire? Who talks about
fire? Prodigy talks about fire.
Bring the pressure.
Laura Montoya is going to join us when we get back. She's running for state treasurer. A big election today, boys.
I know.
I don't know what you know. We're going to talk about what to do with the excess funds that sit in the state and how they bring more money into the state. It's like a $10 billion budget for the state. We got enough money to buy the Denver Broncos. Why didn't we buy the Denver Broncos?
Twice. We could get 2 football teams.
We could have had the Denver Broncos. Laura Montoya's got a lot of explaining to do whenever we get back. I'll give you the sponsors on the other side. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Are you ready to make home homier? Get it done with home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union can help with a home equity loan or line of credit. Learn more at kirtlandfcu.org/home equity.
Make them a better
Kirtland
offer.
Federal Credit Union. You belong. An equal housing lender. Membership eligibility required.
This report is brought to you by Kirtland Federal Credit Union.
Well, traffic right now, things continue to flow nicely here in the metro. We are seeing just a little bit of a slowdown, both directions, of course, at Montano. Things quickly get back up to speed.
So if you and or Brian
get through there. Elsewhere, I-25 and I-40, they're both moving up to speed. Your river crossings look good.
Election influencer?
Computer Corner's grand reopening celebration ends soon. Save big on the latest tech or save 10% on a hard drive upgrade that makes your system run faster, many times more faster. Visit Computer Corner at compcorner.com or call 881-2333. This report is sponsored by Computer Corner.
You know how we get the most.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 KPOB Traffic Center.
The Jim Rome Show.
The big fella was great and all, but he was no Shohei Ohtani. Because believe this, Ruth was not slinging 98-mile-per-hour cheddar or crushing 109-mile-per-hour laser shots. Stop comparing Shohei to the Babe.
Just
There's
trying
never
so
been another
hard.
guy like this, and there never will be ever again.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with expertise and tools with Windows 11 to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. To do more with a Latitude laptop, Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
You can unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash-out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you can unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 833-8-ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started.
Rates current at the 12th.
Anyways, we're going to partner with Mexico. We're going to do a clinic where we mansplain football to
By now,
women.
you know that sound.
And we want to
It's the
get,
sound
like,
of the
a bunch
Home
of
Depot.
prominent women in the state. Obviously,
But what about
like,
those sounds? Those are the sounds of a brand new ice maker dropping cubes into a fresh glass of water, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Final days ends June 8th to save up to 30% off select appliances. Valid May 19th through June 8th. Gas range extra. While supplies last. See store for details.
Stay cool this summer with AC Pro Refrigerant and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after mail-in rebate, plus earn double O Rewards points with the purchase of select AC Pro Refrigerant products. Beat the heat before you hit the road with AC Pro Refrigerant at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's easy.
The smoke is back
Oh,
to
we
churches.
also in the donation, so we got to find someone.
Is a juicy half chicken served with mashed potatoes and a honey butter biscuit. All that for just $6, but not for long. Churches, welcome to the great state of flavor. Offer valid at participating locations.
There's only one home for Rome.
But I can't control what some of these people say.
95.9.
Well, I mean, we got boys, but
Sports Animal.
oh my God. Laura Montoya is here, and she's going to be a state treasurer if all goes right in about 4 hours. Woo!
Yeah.
Let's go, boys. What's the budget for the state?
$10 billion.
We could have bought the Broncos how many times? Twice?
Twice.
And had some left over?
And had $1 billion left over to pay Russell Wilson.
That would have been the deal.
Yeah.
You're a big Broncos gal.
I am a big Broncos fan.
What's up? I mean, what's up? Your team got a shot?
I woke up and my dad right away said I was a Broncos fan, a Democrat, and a Catholic.
Okay.
All right.
First two I'm really good at.
It's the triumvirate. It's a different triumvirate that I'm aware of.
Those two usually don't. All three of those are not the braid you usually get from those. Yeah. So is election week, and here's the whole reason Laura's on the show. So Laura goes to like every Gladiators game.
Yes.
You're like the biggest.
Oh, Gladiators!
Yeah.
You're like the biggest.
Watch your back, Vernon. We got a new announcer here.
Yep.
Hey, he was hoarse this weekend, huh? Did you see him and Nelly?
He was having a blast.
Yeah. I'm gonna put you on the live stream with this right now, Laura. So I totally screwed it up. Bad radio there. So yeah, so you're at all the football games, and as you're at all the football games, it's there's kind of often a lot of like politics walking around. There's a lot of people that are trying to do, and you can't be pulled away from the game. Like you don't have time to like shake hands or kiss babies. Like you're that obsessed with football.
I love football.
Yeah.
From my favorite. I mean, and then Gina is the only female indoor football league owner, and she's from New Mexico. So I'm even more excited about it.
Friend of the show, friend in real life, Gina Thomas,
Yeah.
owner operator of Duke City Gladiators.
Pretty good dude.
She is awesome.
Pretty good dude.
It's true.
Like her a lot. So who's running against you? Who do you got to beat?
Oh, we only care about who I am.
That answer.
And that we need to vote for Laura Montoya for state treasurer.
How many people have voted today? Are those numbers out already?
Yes, actually.
Yeah. But it's I'm losing my mic a little bit. Whenever it's not a like presidential election, turnout is a lot less, right? That's my understanding.
Super less. So the first day of early voting was 3 times less than what it had been the last 2 primaries. So we knew it was going to be low voter turnout right away, which is horrible because everyone should have their voice be heard and your representation should reflect who you are and what you value. So you should get engaged. So like for me, I'm the only Latina woman in a statewide contested primary from New Mexico, born and raised in rural New Mexico.
Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Yes.
Friend of the show, Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Yeah.
Can you call a whole city a friend of a show?
I believe so.
Yeah, the way we do it here.
There's only like 3 or 4 people that don't like you.
In New Mexico or
The
Las Vegas?
overwhelming majority of Las Vegas is a friend of the show.
I'm told that I'm the best broadcaster they currently have at New Mexico Highlands University.
Oh yeah, and that you're the sports influencer.
There we go.
Hey,
yeah, all right, it's caught on.
All right,
It's caught on.
somebody's good at their job.
Boys are here. So we
I
were.
heard Van is the election influencer.
I
am now.
Did you reach out? You got some votes coming?
Boy, did I spam my message thread with reminders to vote today.
Nice. And
So
who
if-
did you tell him to vote for?
I'm saying, you know who, you know who I told him to vote for. So if you win by like 3 or 4 votes, it's on this guy right here, election influencer.
There you go.
Love it.
What does treasurer have to do with the money that's left over in the state? How does it work, and why is it important that the right person's in place?
I like to keep things simple.
Yeah.
So 5 functions: protect, collect, invest, distribute, and report.
One more time.
Yeah, please.
Protect,
Mhm.
collect,
Important.
invest,
Very important.
distribute,
Also important.
and report.
Ooh.
That's where your checks and balances is and your clean audits. And as the former Sandoval County treasurer for 2 terms,
No, a humble brag.
fastest growing county in the state of New Mexico,
All right. Who knew?
microcosm of New Mexico. It has more tribal land than anywhere else. It has unincorporated areas. Rio Rancho, of course, is our big city, but we have the village of Corrales, town of Bernalillo, little tiny Cochiti Lake.
Hey, Bernalillo, they love road construction. That's their number 1 export up there in Bernalillo, road construction.
Hey, when we went to Nelly, it was smooth sailing on 550.
Yes.
I was
it took
impressed.
years to get to that point.
Yeah, I've lived in Albuquerque for 14 years, and that's the first time I went unmolested down 550. And when I say unmolested, I mean no construction. Not the other way to say that.
Traditional one.
Correct.
Not even on your Tinder account, Van.
That's, that's a little off air.
That is different.
There's the whole thing. So, all right. So you get in the position, and then what? They just hand you the entire checkbook for the state, or it doesn't work like that?
It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
You also have the State Investment Council. But let me tell you one other big function of
Yep.
the State Treasurer's Office. They are on several boards and commissions, and 4 of the most powerful are the Board of Finance, the State Investment Council. If you're a state employee, para, Public Employees Retirement, and if you're an educator, Educational Retirement Board. So you really want someone who knows what they're doing as far as investment outlook, financial literacy, all of those different items, so that they can make good, solvent decisions for the people who have already retired, for the people who are working in the system now, and the ones that are going to come in as new employees.
So when and if when you get the gig, you're just going to invest everything like Fred does into St. Louis Cardinals baseball cards and Dogecoin.
That's smart. I like that move.
Absolutely not.
Elon said.
So actually, with the Treasurer's Office, it's very different from the money in the State Investment Council. And the big difference is risk. The State Investment Council gets to invest in a lot of different items of tools in your toolbox that are much more risky. The State Treasurer is much more safer investments like treasuries, agencies, mortgage-backed securities. Talking too much about him.
No, I'm
okay. So you have a parameter of what you can invest in. But the cool part in the investment portfolio is something called the local government investment pool. And what that does is it helps counties, cities, different tribal entities if they wanted to. So let's say you're Mora, because I'm originally from Las Vegas and Mora. You're Mora, you only have $500,000, but you have, I don't know, 500 million. You're Bernalillo County.
Yeah, Rio Rat Hole. Yeah.
Hey now, Rio Rancho.
Oh, sorry.
Fastest growing county in the state for the past 20 years. We had about 40 million that I invested there. So you can diversify your investment portfolio, putting not all your eggs in one basket is basically what all that means. And you get to put a certain portion, the money that you put in 100 million, let's say, and he put in $500,000, he'll get to have the same rate of return that you did. So he can take a little bit more back to his small community to help them.
So, and that's always money not spent, right? That's the idea. So the one we always talk about is Tingling. We always talk about Tingling. It's state run. It's a sport entity in town. If you ask me, they don't spend a ton of money over there. I don't see it well enough. So that money that they don't spend, does it actually end up becoming a return with the state because it's invested and used in a way?
So any money that's not being used in the general fund can be invested. And depending on where that money is from, it has to either be in the State Investment Council or it could be in the State Treasurer's Office. Some of it can be commingled, some cannot be commingled. The investment pool, for example, is completely a separate pool of investments that only tribal, county, and municipal entities put in so that they have an investment team that's part of their team back home that they can be able to diversify. The statute requires safety, liquidity, and yield. So it allows them to be able to do that. And it also makes sure that you don't put all your eggs in one basket. A lot of local counties don't have as much money or investment experience. So this way you have someone who's doing that portion of the responsibility all day, every day, so that you can follow suit with all the other duties you have to help your county or your city move forward.
After this election, how many years do you have this title?
So there's 2 4-year terms. I'm hoping to be able to do the 8 years, but I'm excited to do the 4 years right now.
The state of New Mexico will be in what state in 8 years after you take this office?
Oh, well, according to my track record,
Yes.
clean audits, much more money. And believe me, when I was the county treasurer, I got there when rates were low. It was after the housing market crash. And then rates went all the way up to 1.49%. And then I was a treasurer when the pandemic hit. Most people were at negative 20 basis points. I was still making 23 basis points on my portfolio because it's strategy. It's learning from your experiences or other people's experiences from before. It's the 600 credit hours of investment and money management that I have, the master's degree from New Mexico Highlands University.
There we go.
Hey-o.
Go Cowboys. And being able to really learn and grow from other mentors that I've had along my journey.
Love that. Laura Montoya, thank you so very much. Anything we missed?
Yes, my website is lauramontoya4nm.com. Take a look at it. Please go vote. Exercise your right, your privilege. A lot of people are waiting in lines in some parts of the area, but usually it's very fast. There's low voter turnout. 10% of the whole state deciding who's going to represent you at the table that is about your money, your finances, isn't okay. You have to get out there. There's 3 contested races that are really high at the state level. It's the attorney general race, it's the state auditor race, and it's the treasurer's race. I always say that I care about fighting against predatory loans. I care about financial literacy and making sure that our kids have an opportunity for success with financial literacy, because we don't even have that in our school systems right now. And being able to have a good relationship with it. And then our small business owners, they already have been struggling through this pandemic. You need a treasurer that understands that and is willing to help and support you and make sure you have the tools that are needed.
Talking to us right now. That's basically me.
Talking to you.
So there we go. Laura Montoya, you're the absolute best. Thank you for taking the time. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
And if you were just getting off the office at 4 o'clock, you're driving home, stop right now. There's about 1 million different precincts. You just walk, you register that you can do it all in one shot. It's the whole thing.
Yes. One more thing. You can go to any polling location within your own county to vote. And if you're an independent, don't think that your voice can't be heard. You can go in there, change your registration today and vote because of the new law that went into effect. So you can go vote for Laura Montoya for state treasurer.
Beautiful
Make history, guys. Make history.
Laura Montoya, state treasurer. We're 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
This message is brought to you by Blake's Lottaburger.
Juicy, hot, and fresh tasting is what you'll get with the Blake's Lottaburger. Their premium Angus beef patties don't hit the grill until your order is placed because they want you to enjoy every mouthwatering bite. Fresh food is best, found only at your local Blake's Lottaburger.
Well, traffic right now, we are still crash free, but we do have a couple of slow spots. As mentioned earlier, both directions of Coors at Montano moving a bit slow. Things quickly get back up to speed there. Also seeing slowdowns now southbound on I-25. Those are going to start around Osuna and last until Comanche. So be aware of that if you're headed in that direction. Everything else looking good at the moment. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state. Locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
I enjoy watching guys who are not first-round picks in Draymond Green exceed expectations. I love smaller guys, Steph Curry, who can take over games. They are the closest to the Showtime Lakers of anything I've ever seen. I just flat out enjoy watching them when they look like they're having fun. They're the closest thing I've ever seen to the Showtime Lakers.
Weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
For quite some time, I've been telling you about NuMale and how thousands of men have benefited from their industry-leading testosterone replacement, how these men have felt better and stronger, taking care of fatigue, depression, even erectile dysfunction. It's Jeff Symbieta. And did you know now NuMale also specializes in hair restoration? Truth, Hair restoration without side effects. Here's the number, 505-652-1688, or you can go to Numale, NUMALE.com. Numale gives you options. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy that uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle to stop hair loss and regrow hair. They have an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser that's proven to regrow hair, and a NeoGraft hair transplant producing natural-looking results in less than a week with no linear scarring. The treatments work for both men and women who want a natural, thicker head of hair without side effects. Numale is in Albuquerque. Give them a call at 505-652-1688 or visit them online at numale.com.
You'll never forget your first car. And you certainly will never forget your first car wreck. When this happens to you, you need an attorney who can help you get your car fixed, help you get all the medical attention you need, and help you get all the money you deserve. Don't deal with the insurance companies without an attorney. They have teams of lawyers and adjusters whose sole job is to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. When you're in a wreck and you need a check, call Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys today. We'll work hard to get you all the money you deserve and to keep you out of the courtroom.
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014. By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of a brand new ice maker dropping cubes into a fresh glass of water, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Final days ends June 8th to save up to 30% off select appliances. Valid May 19th through June 8th. Gas range extra. While supplies last. See store for details.
O'Reilly. Stay cool this summer with AC Pro Refrigerant and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after mail-in rebate, plus earn double O Rewards points with the purchase of select AC Pro Refrigerant products. Beat the heat before you hit the road with AC Pro Refrigerant at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The smoke is back at Church's. Our $6 smokehouse chicken meal is a juicy half chicken served with mashed potatoes and a honey butter biscuit. All that for just $6. Church's, welcome to the great state of flavor. Offer valid at participating locations.
Give yourself a new morning routine with the Bell Breakfast Box from Taco Bell. It's filled with a grande lights and a coffee. Swing by participating locations for a limited time only. Drinks excludes freezes.
Are you amped?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on, bro. The Jim Rome Show is up next at 10
on 95.9 FM
and AM 610. The Sport.
Big thank you to Laura Montoya. I know we get a lot of calls and emails, correspondence. We get all those things, whatever. And it's, hey, you boys are a little too political. You boys are, stick to sports. Shut up and dribble. We get that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't have touched that microphone. And the thing on it is sports and, this world of distraction and entertainment that we live in, we only live in because we're able to. And we're able to do that. And that's, if it's Mark Ronchetti last week or if it's Laura this week or whoever. But you got to have the right people in the right places for your team. And you think of the state as a team.
Right.
Yeah. And then, you want to, what's your governor? That's your quarterback, right? And then you want to have your skill guys all the way down. And it's just very important. I don't know how else to describe that. So, if it's Brian Cologne, we kind of move a lot of them through here.
Sure.
Yeah. And, it's a cool platform because, not necessarily forcing it on the friend of the show, but it's important. It's important to not just have blinders on to, sports and sports adjacent content all the time. So,
Freddie, we help helpers.
That's how I feel.
We're not getting anything out of this.
No.
If we see someone who has a genuine love for Albuquerque and the surrounding areas and New Mexico in general,
right?
We got an extra microphone sitting right here.
And especially when we're fortunate enough, and here's from the texter. Here's a good one. What a beautiful and intelligent woman. Good luck, Miss Montoya. That's very nice. That's super nice. Deshaun Watson's back in the news.
Oh, great.
So the new lawsuit, which we talked about yesterday, here's a claim. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
New lawsuit claims Deshaun Watson secured massages from random strangers, quote, more than 100 times. I don't have a super problem. I've got massages. You've got massages. They're not from people you know outside of the ones that are from people you know. And I think that's okay. And if you're like, hey, I want 100 of them, fine. But have I probably had 100 different bartenders in my life? I probably have. If
I would say easily.
Oh, easily.
Easily.
So like if that part is your hobby, cool, I'm in. So I feel in like a lawsuit in a legal and a litigation setting, Deshaun Watson, do you necessarily need to paint this part of the picture? Because of the hundreds, they're obviously not all super weird interactions. A percent that's too high? Yes. Yes.
Way too high.
But
like a fraction of 1%, in my opinion, is too high. If he's had hundreds, we're talking like 22.5%. Shouldn't have your dong out 1 out of every 4 massages.
Quote, defendant Deshaun Watson has a disturbing pattern of conduct. Each of the cases against him is strikingly similar, evidencing a habit or a custom. Watson seeks out random strangers on Instagram. He's done it more than 100 times. Do you Instagram?
Of course. Yeah,
I don't.
Personal and professional.
I know we have a show
By the way,
page.
at TalkABQ, if you'd like to follow us on Instagram.
Hey, and our Instagram rakes.
Yeah.
We are sports influencers on Instagram.
We do great.
Thousands of followers. It's crazy.
Multiple thousands.
Multiple of thousands.
That is correct. Guess what I haven't done on it, though?
Like at all.
Yeah, never done that.
I've never solicited for anything.
Any semblance of that, I've never done that
No.
on my Instagram.
Absolutely no.
Vice versa, a couple times.
No, that's not true.
They were looking for you.
You can't just say the phrase vice versa.
I gave them your address.
You don't know my address.
Oh, that's right.
He lives
I gave him a general vicinity.
He lives in the shadow of the mountain over there.
He's over there.
If you're a Harden, if you're Deshaun Watson apologist, what are you standing on right now? Like
a massage table,
right?
Yeah.
He wasn't convicted in that court case, in case you hadn't heard. What?
That is a very creepy niche group of people.
It is.
Like perverted massage therapists who are in Deshaun Watson's corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they go with that classic, like that dumb crap, which is like, you could prosecute a ham sandwich. Like people say that kind of stuff.
Do they?
Oh, they do.
Oh, okay. Across the glass.
Across the glass.
Yeah, okay.
And I know it's like insanely crazy to think that these people exist, but like we know Cleveland Brown fan will forget.
Look, one of the most adoring and passionate fan bases in all of sports, but disgusting apologists, check.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should have been an uproar from Cleveland Brown fan.
You look at my Google Calendar, right? Like what I have to do during a day. Like I'll give a little inside baseball right now. Ready? All right. So we got Jim. Okay. I got the Cardinals game on here. Okay. That's a good one. Isotopes game I got on here.
Mm-hmm.
Highlands meeting I got on here. I had to do a Highlands meeting. Went over to Academy High School today. Okay. This is a pretty regular to-do list. Do the show.
Do stuff. Yeah, you're here doing the show too.
You open up Deshaun Watson's, wake up early, and it's just, hey, Michael, whatever you gave me didn't come through in the headphone there. His planner, sexual assault, breakfast, sexual assault, gym, sexual assault.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need. Like there's nothing to it. And that's why he's so weird and difficult and terrible. And Vital, I'm going to go to the phone. I don't know who it is because I can't hear you, but
Lenny?
I'm just going to welcome friend of the show, Lenny. Lenny, how are you enjoying the program today?
Good. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Okay, son, this is a true story, whether or not anyone wants to believe it.
I'm in.
Deshaun Watson, since Deshaun Watson has signed his contract, has called my friend here in town, who's the number one massage therapist in town, twice for massages.
That's crazy.
Here in town.
That's stupid
the
crazy.
First time he called her, she had no idea who he was. She said, I'm with a client. Let me get your number. I'll call you back. Then she started asking around and found out who he was, and she called him no. Then after he signs that was before he signed the contract. Then a couple weeks after he signs the contract, he calls her again. Because I have the phone number that he calls from. He uses a woman's phone number. So
this
now
is breaking
Cleveland
news,
has
Lenny.
technically an out because the 22 allegations against him, he won't lose any of his guaranteed money. But we don't know if in the contract, the new allegations can void his guaranteed money.
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of behavior clause.
That they're like baseball, and like they did with baseball did with Trevor Bauer, you need to suspend this person a season or two. Not put him on the admin list where he's getting his full pay. Not give him a 6-game slap in the wrist with this season, where his bonus is $45 million and his base salary is $1 million. So what does he lose? $100,000 a game or less? If they suspend him this year,
yeah,
you can't. You
would be less.
have to fine him because you cannot attach anything to his bonus because it's not the game salary.
I want this phone number. Real bad.
Yeah, put your friend in touch with us. Let's break this news to the world.
It's crazy.
She's shy about doing it, but she posted it on Facebook twice, and I said you need to get it out there to the news media that he's called you up twice now.
Some sports influencers.
And do it. But now, since you brought up politics today, I'm going to give you a perfect political person, Peter Travisani.
What about it?
When we were all running bad and businesses were shut down during COVID, he was one of 5 people on the Economic Impact Board deciding which businesses to stay open and close. But lo and behold, the United got to play, even though they're the equivalent of a double-A team with no major TV contract, playing to no fans, but got to play games. When the Isotopes, who are attached to Major League Baseball, didn't get to play. And now he wants a stadium that's been voted down once, and if you look at all the stadiums that have been built, the USL teams, he's putting up the least amount of money of any owner, by 20 to 40%. So if he wants a stadium, he either needs to put up, shut up, or play with what you got.
What is interesting, and they played obviously all those away games. That was part of the United season. The thing that's interesting about Peter Travisani and the United in that stadium is correct. The money coming from Peter is not a majority of the money, but there's an investment group behind it, privatized. And I don't think they're necessarily interested in owning a soccer team, but they're interested in owning the venue. So that's
I understand that, but the venue has to be made for the city of Albuquerque, not for just the soccer team to control, but a full multi-purpose arena where we're getting concerts, we're getting UFC events, we're getting WWE events, we're getting motocross, we're getting everything that we can't put in the world's biggest bathroom, also known as Tina Coliseum.
Oh, wow. Fire.
Lenny's here.
That's a good joke. That is a good joke. But look, Lenny, the city had their chance for that situation.
They did have their chance.
Now it's going to be completely owned by the United.
If you're going to put up to a bond issue and ask us, I'm resentful of the fact that Travisani was one of 5 people to decide what businesses were open during COVID, and a team that should not have been playing during COVID because they have no revenue that was coming in from TV or a big radio contract should not have been playing. You're telling me they're bigger than the Isotopes in terms of revenue?
Oh, there's no way. There's just so many more games for the Isotopes.
Sheer numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, also in terms of the fact that you get to see players on the Isotopes that go to the Dodgers, or players coming from the Dodgers on rehab. When you go from the United, where do you go? You're not going to MSL.
Well, you go anywhere in the world.
An MSL stadium.
That's how soccer contracts work. You can go play anywhere in the world.
But they're not a feeder to the MSL.
They've had players play in the MSL already.
A few. Can you
MLS,
name them?
excuse me. Yeah.
Can you name them?
Well, and that's the thing too about not just the United and the USL Pro too. That's every team in that league, to where a lot of these.
He's not putting up enough money for the amount of money he wants for the stadium. The stadium needs to be city-owned, city-funded, city-bonded, that they're a tenant of it, but the city needs to actually manage and say to United, these are your games. After that, get out of the way. We need to make money back.
Well, I agree
Otherwise,
completely.
you end up with Rio Rancho, who has a management company from Philadelphia managing the arena, and I used to be their staff photographer for the first 5 years, and we canceled show after show after show because they thought it was Field of Dreams. Build it and they will come. It was build it and we didn't go anywhere.
That same company manages the Isotopes, though. Like, so it's like it's kind of an interesting thing because like those management groups, they're there for a reason. A lot of it's for staffing.
The Philadelphia Management Group owns the owns the arena that the Philadelphia 76ers played in. It's Comcast Spectator.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I wish we didn't have to grab a break right now, Lenny. Lenny, we got to grab a break. When we come back, let me hit on this though, because literally what you're talking about is insanely factual in every single way, and we'll talk about how that was missed a little bit by Albuquerque Voter, and then we'll talk about the transition from Spectra to what is currently going on because it's no longer Spectra at the Rio Rancho Event Center or at Isotopes Park. They've moved on, and I don't know if I know anything specifically, but what I do know is I don't, to my understanding, believe that the United will be the majority owner of a privately funded facility. I believe they'll have investors
but
on that.
Peter wants to run the arena and be the management company. He wants first right of everything.
I don't know enough to know that, but
that's what it said in the paper. Unless they misquoted him, and he never came out and said that wasn't true.
Yeah, I can't say because my understanding would be, and I know we got to grab the break. My understanding would be if there were to be an investment group into a new facility, that investment group would also have a management company tied to it. But
as big as ego as Peter has, and as big as he makes the team out to be with how they're making that 13,000 fans and all this, he needs to put up more money. He needs to personally take 5 or 10 million of his own money, 15 million, and put it, because when you compare it to Portland and all the other cities, we're the least capitalized stadium from an ownership group.
Well, I mean,
it's not fair. We don't have the money for that.
We got to,
we
got to grab it. Whenever we get back, we're going to break that down a little bit further, though. Lenny, thank you. You're at the top of the list as far as Fox goes. He's always a contributor, always has the take, and we'll get on this horse that we've rode to death already a little bit, and how you and I and a lot of the friends of the show feel that the city missed the chance to be in control of what this would have been. And I didn't, if there was a developing story on it today, I missed it. And I'm not a guy who usually misses those types of things. So this may be a recent thing as well. 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Give yourself a new morning routine with the Bell Breakfast Box from Taco Bell. It's filled with a grande toasted breakfast burrito, hash brown, 2 Cinnabon Delights, and a coffee. Swing by participating locations for a limited time only. Drinks excludes freezes. This report is sponsored by Taco Bell.
Traffic right now. We do have some slow spots out there. Southbound on I-25, Osuna till about Montgomery. It's moving a little slow. Northbound on I-25 between Gibson and Central, we've got congestion there. Starting to see slowdowns now. Westbound Paseo as you approach the river, and westbound on I-40 between Rio Grande and Unser. That's moving slow as well.
Hey, New Mexico, Meloy Los Lunas wants to buy your gas guzzler. During the Meloy Los Lunas Summer Save-a-thon, we want you to sell us that gas hog. Meloy, Ford, Chevrolet, and Jeep all have customers that need vehicles just like yours. Visit MeloyLosLunas.com.
This report is brought to you by Meloy Los Lunas.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome of the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Indeed. Attract, interview, and hire at Indeed.com/credit. To the surprise of absolutely nobody, Phil Mickelson is joining Live Golf. You knew it was coming, just a matter of time, but they're going to pay him a lot of money, and to Phil Mickelson, that's all that matters. Hefty just got paid. It is silly money. It is stupid money on so many levels. I'm Jim Rome.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
The Golden State Warriors, they hit a home run at the bottom of the first round with Jordan Poole. And I'm like, how did they find that diamond in the rough? Well, that's kind of what they do. And we've had this conversation about how to build a team, right? And I think they are the model. I think, period, they are the model of the National Basketball Association. I think it's been pretty special what you're watching.
Weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Are you 50 years or older? The New Mexico Department of Health recommends that you receive a second COVID-19 booster. If it's been 4 months since your first booster, it's time to schedule your second. Individuals that are 50 years of age or older have an increased risk of severe COVID-19 illness. This is especially important for individuals with underlying medical conditions. Your health risk is lowest when you stay up to date with your COVID-19 vaccines. Don't wait. Schedule your booster today at vaccinenm.org. That's vaccinenm.org.
So you think drinking alcohol can't hurt you? It'll mess you up big time. Say adios to large chunks of your brain. Major damage is. Other parts of your body are getting wrecked too. Forget about school. Forget about doing much of anything. Underage drinking. Out your body, messes up your life.
MDOT.
Hi, Jeanette here with Highland Rental, inviting you to stop by and check out our party rentals for graduations, weddings, or any special event. And great prices. Delivery and setup are available. We are located at 8702 Manal Boulevard Northeast, open Monday to Saturday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Or call us at 505-293-4100 to speak to our friendly staff to answer any of your questions. See you soon.
The smoke is back at Church's. Our $6 smokehouse chicken meal is a juicy half chicken served with mashed potatoes and a honey butter biscuit. All that for just $6, but not for long. Church's, welcome to the great state of flavor. Offer valid at participating locations.
And now, a no-frills ad sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Here it is. You can save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's it. See? Just a good old-fashioned straightforward ad. See if you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or progressive.com.
The Jim Rome Show.
I mean, I love the game, but I don't play the game.
Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, we ended up down a different path than I thought we were going, but that's okay because since we're such prominent sports influencers, Michael, I can make these adjustments. So, friend of the show, Lenny called, and I like Lenny's blend of politics and sports and understanding that they're very symbiotic. And he was talking a little bit about Spectre Management, which was the company used to run the Rio Rancho Event Center, and then also Isotopes Park. And to my understanding, unless Isotopes Park is still Spectre, which I don't think it is, but it could be, the company is now OVG 360 out at Rio Rancho Event Center. And I know that because we do a lot of work with them, like we're familiar.
Right.
And the idea is there's this new formula now where an OVG 360 is the one. And you're like, Fred, what does the one mean? Well, think of like the really famous venues around the country, like LA Live or Florida Live, or any of like the University of Houston stuff. There's Hertz Arena, which is like a real big one in Florida. Like, so this company, similar to the way Van, that Live Nation sets up deals with venues, like think Isleta, right? Isleta is a Live Nation like concert venue.
Right.
They only bring in Live Nation acts.
Correct.
If you or I or Vital were to call and be like, we got a 3-man band, they'd be like, you're not Live Nation. You're not going to play here.
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of concept. So if you're going to build a new stadium, the last approach obviously was a fantastic failure. It was embarrassing how bad it went for the United and for the city of Albuquerque.
Right. For multiple reasons.
There's
no one person at fault, whether it's United themselves or the city.
Oh, I agree.
Or one person or one group. I think misinformation was big.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. You get like one of these companies, I'm using OVG 360 because I know they run the event center. You get one of these companies that knows how to do it. And they come in and they're like, yo, now, not only do we build theaters and amphitheaters and like Ballpark Village outside St. Louis, where the Cardinals play outside Busch Stadium. They build all these things. They'll propose, they'll see the whole thing. And then this is who ends up as your primary investor.
Right.
And then like all those things Lenny is talking about, like those partnerships with, WWE or whatever traveling, whatever thing, because it won't just be sports.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they bring in performances. That's how they bring in promoters. And then we don't have to go to the Rio Rancho Event Center to see Nelly. We can go down to the, Lenny Memorial Center behind UNM. So there you go. It's not necessarily that the United are trying to build a United exclusive. We're not willing to play with anyone else. This is our thing, our toy. This is hey, if there is going to be a conversation about this thing happening privately, We want to be in, and we believe being in at this percent is what is going to make our product good, make your product inviting. And then also, what else would they? They'll be the guinea pig, right? They'll have that's where you'll learn about tickets and concessions, and you won't end up with the, clusters of trouble.
And in my humble opinion, and I'm not an insider on this whatsoever, but I feel like the city and state dropped the ball on pertinent information for the stadium, what's it's going to look like, how it's going to be multi-use, not just ideas. I mean, we had United on pretty often to talk about their vision.
Right.
But I didn't see enough in the paper, in the news, on our show from the city and state on what it's going to be, what it's going to look like. And it failed the vote. And now, guess what? United gets to do what they want. They can make it completely private, and the city and the state has nothing to do with it.
Or anyone else. So
sure.
2 Men On, 95.9 FM, and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This message is brought to you by Blake's Lottaburger. Introducing Blake's newest flavor of iced coffee, caramel. Made with double brewed premium blend coffee for the very best taste. Caramel iced coffee joins Blake's original 3 flavors, classic, vanilla, and mocha. Perfect paired with a spicy breakfast burrito, available all day at all Blake's locations.
Starting to see more and more slowdowns in the metro as we start to approach rush hour now. Westbound on Paseo, we got slowdowns now starting at Jefferson. They're going to last until Coors. I-25 southbound between Osuna and Montgomery. That's moving slow. Northbound on I-25, Gibson to Central. We got congestion there. And I-40 westbound, starting to see slowdowns around Rio Grande. They're going to last you until Unser. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state. Locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. New Lakers head coach Darvin Ham had a presser yesterday, and one of his very first orders of business was to try to convince everybody, and probably himself, that Russell Westbrook still has value, and that he, for one, is not going to stand for all this Westbrook slander, and then swerved way out of his lane to defend the indefensible, namely Westbrook's play last season, and insist that he is not a shot fighter. Quote, "Don't get it messed up. Russell is one of the best players our league has ever seen. He still has a ton left in the tank. I don't know why people tend to write him off." End of quote. He still has a ton left in the tank? Sure he doesn't. And he's coming off his worst season ever while running with the Lakers, who just had their worst season ever. And since you've forgotten more about ball than I will ever know, Darvin, I know that you know that. If not, I am here to help. You know where to find me.
Carla's retiring early next month. We're all going to have to learn to pick up the slack.
The dessert-making role at Sawyer's restaurant, deserted.
Tom, if you can handle beignets.
They need a new pastry chef who can souffle like it's a piece of cake.
Come on, guys, we got a line out the door. How much longer for those croissants?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by conducting interviews on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
How do you make the most of your land? If you ask the Wrens, who run with us on a John Deere mower, they tell you,
I mow first, then I do all the trimming.
But the Hubbards, who work behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor, would say,
if it's something you want, just go after it and try it.
Then there's the Mosers, who may mention from the seat of their John Deere Gator UTV.
You can't be all work and not play.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. Learn how to make the most of yours at Deere.com. Nothing runs like a Deere.
At Wendy's, we make breakfast better. Like with our Breakfast Baconator. Better from top to bottom bun. Savory sausage patty? Better. Crispy oven-baked bacon? Better. Fresh cracked egg? Better. The Breakfast Baconator might just be the greatest breakfast sandwich of all time. So you can keep settling for not better, or you can get a better breakfast from Wendy's. Tough choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's better breakfast.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Angie's List is now Angie, your home for everything home. With Angie, you could cross your next project off your to-do list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, and we'll handle the rest. Sending a top pro to get it done. Or browse reviews, compare quotes from pros, and connect instantly. All for free. for everything from routine maintenance to a dream remodel. Because however you want your project done, we'll get it done. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
People's Flowers for Mother's Day. Flowers make the perfect gift for that special mom in town or out of town. People's Flowers will make an arrangement she will enjoy for days. People's Flowers is the best choice you can make when sending flowers to your mom. People's Flowers delivers locally or around the world. Call today and order your Mother's Day arrangement. She will love you forever. Stop into any of People's Flowers for locations or shop online at peoplesflowers.com. Shop today. Flowers say it all. Peoples make the difference.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The Sports Animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us.
Now batting for the Sports Animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, men on, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Five o'clock. Welcome to Quitting Time. Welcome to the program. We're on until 6:15 tonight. Isotopes Baseball takes over after that. Josh Sushan, the voice of the Albuquerque Isotopes, will join us at 5:45. Joining us before then, probably 5:15. You know how radio works.
Figured out.
Yeah, figured out.
He figured out.
Next segment. Eric Strauss will join the boys. How about that?
No way.
Well, yeah.
Big football fan.
Big Steelers guy.
Talking football, baby.
Well, he's been like a professional boxing announcer. He lives in the world of sports, but Eric does 6 to 8 over on KKLB, and we were talking earlier about the program, and I was like, he gets here early enough. Like, let's just have him on the show. So Eric Strauss is going to join us. We're going to talk a little football. We're going to talk a little world of sports, and obviously it's an election day, so we'll see what kind of politicking he does about how bad he finished in our fantasy football league.
I think he's got about 4 or 5 of them. He tells me he does. That's a lot.
He's a big fan of it. He's actually walking up right now, so he might come in a little bit early.
I set a new personal record last year that I only had 2 teams. That's the least I've ever had.
This of fantasy football?
That is correct.
Speaking of the devil himself, Eric Strauss joining us, who jog my memory here, Eric. Where'd you finish in the fantasy football league with us? Where were you?
This was the first. Well, I've been my team is called the Warrior Poets. So basically where I ended up is out of the playoffs this year.
Yes.
But I became what they called the Buffalo Bills of fantasy football.
Okay.
I have literally taken second every year for the past 4 years. And I'll tell you stupid things like, do you remember Detroit Lions? I had Stafford starting, and the 6th string running back comes in, and somehow this D-bag in my league picked him up and by some miracle starts him, and they run. I don't even remember his name. Do you remember Detroit Lions?
Swift.
Andre Swift.
No, not Swift. This is older than that.
Javon Williams.
Yeah, Williams.
No, he was a one-hit wonder, a white dude, and he just
Brian Leonard.
No, no, I'll never
Justin
forget.
Leonard?
I can't believe I can't remember his name.
I think he played with the Packers. Boyle?
No, it's not Boyle. He came in.
Danny Woodhead.
He came in and he ran for 3 touchdowns, 126 yards, and basically Stafford didn't throw for anything. They just kept handing it off to this. He was literally a 3rd stringer.
Love everything.
And I'm sitting there going, the gods, I don't know what I did to the fantasy football gods, but I'm not kidding you. I had, you remember that Green Bay Packer, the running back?
Aaron Jones.
Remember him?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Blows his knee out. He comes in. I picked him up, start him. He takes me to the championship game, blows his knee out. That game, the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback. Oh, God, the redhead kid. Wentz. I have the double dip. I have Wentz and Ertz. I'm killing people. No, I'm not kidding you. I'm like D&D. I'm like slaying dragons, like nerd fantasy football. I'm a wizard level 6. I'm double dipping, and all of a sudden, Wentz runs a little out, dives into the end zone, touchdown, another 6 points for me, and blows his knee out. And guess who picks up? The guy I play in the Super Bowl picks up. He played for the Chicago Bears. Nick Foles. And Nick Foles throws for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. I'm not kidding you. If you tried to script
I can't.
the worst fantasy football
finishes
luck,
I'm
11-0. I haven't lost all year. And bingo, Wentz goes down, game over. It's horrific. The things that have happened to me.
I hate that your pain is bringing me so much joy right now.
Dude, I have literally wanted to quit fantasy football. Here's the parenting mistake I made.
Okay.
I got my son into fantasy football, and he's a worse sport than I am.
Mhm.
Oh, no.
I'm literally going to bring him on your show. I said, son, you're going to come in. You're going to talk to the sports guys. He's 15. He's got his learner's permit. He's learning to drive.
I love that.
He can hang with you guys for like 15 minutes. You'll love it.
Well, and we'll get him as a listener early.
Yes.
And then
you'll have him hooked. But so my son has gotten worse than me now. I beat him in the Super Bowl in another league because we're up to 3 leagues now, which was stupid to itself. The whole thing is
there's no one to root for or against.
You don't understand. I have businesses. I have things going on. I don't need fantasy football. It is nothing but, and it ruins my whole weekend. Like I used to be, you brought me in to talk Steelers. I used to be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Now I'm a fan of fantasy football guys.
He'll be yelling at me. You'll be yelling at me down the hall.
Oh,
about how the Packers
pissed off because of it's ruined my weekends. I mean, no one on earth should get their weekends ruined by millionaires playing football.
And you're being generous because it's actually Thursday through Monday that you're ruining. Yeah. It's not even just the weekend.
My wife, when football season starts up, is she's beside herself. But anyway,
you're bringing up the classic contradiction, like how much fantasy sports has grown NFL the brand, but how much it's ruined actual fandom.
It's ruined
because you're a Steelers fan.
Absolutely,
you don't care about your Steelers. They could lose by 3 to the Bengals, but if your fantasy team wins by 20 against the guy,
if you got Baker Mayfield,
you get to talk crap to at the water cooler, then it's a win.
I'm still ride or die Steelers.
Well, there you go.
So, but here's the thing. I'll tell you this. In terms of the Steelers, like since a little kid, I've been a fan. And my wife got so upset at me because I literally programmed my child. Like, I don't know if it's child abuse or whatever it is, but he, come hell or high water,
grooming.
He was going to be a Steelers fan. And he is. He's a diehard like me. Thank God. Because I couldn't take it. If he would be rooting against the Steelers, like he made me a Golden State fan. I'm a Lakers fan. And his enthusiasm for the Golden State Warriors made me I love Steph Curry. I love the whole, I can't take my eyes off the Warriors now. I'm a bandwagoner.
And the thing,
horrible.
And you said he's 15, right? 15? And what's his name?
Casper.
All right. So Casper's 15. And how fun it is at that age to get the new quarterback for your team. Like to get Kenny Pickett.
No,
right
see, again, so we were rallying for the other kid, Malik.
Yeah.
How did that guy fall to the 5th round? How?
People have to know what we don't know.
People have to know something. I told my son, because we were both like, Pickett. At first we wanted Pickett, and then we saw Malik throw a 70-yard laser beam. Remember that throw in the corner? Did you guys watch the kind of workouts or whatever? And he threw this laser beam.
Yeah, the combine,
combine.
Yeah.
And we were like, we want Malik. And when he kept dropping, we're like, we're getting Malik, because we thought the Eagles would take him. Or I can't believe, how did the Titans get him in the 5th round? The Titans.
It's bonkers, right?
Well,
It was bonkers.
Here's my opinion.
Something we don't know.
I think Mike Tomlin did want Malik Willis, but the Steelers organization still has a Dan Marino hangover, and they missed the Pitt guy.
Well, I don't have that local guy.
They took the Pitt guy. This
I think what Tomlin wants, Tomlin gets. I think somebody saw something, because why would he fall to the 5th round? Atlanta needed a quarterback. Philly could have toyed with that. Carolina needed a quarterback. He fell to the 5th round. Did anybody see that coming? I didn't. I thought second round for sure.
I think with your boys, it's a little bit different, though, because having Kenny Pickett there, because, by the way, same practice facilities, by the way, like his University of Pittsburgh and the Pittsburgh Steelers, because their city can't figure it out.
Right.
Yeah, they utilize. So you've seen Kenny for 4 years.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you're getting. And if they're
Tomlin knows what he's getting.
Yeah.
That's where we'll disagree. I don't think what Tomlin wants, Tomlin gets.
Sure.
He's not, I'm sorry. If Tomlin did a hardcore press for Malik, he's getting Malik. Like, are you going to say no to Tomlin? I mean,
I literally never could.
The dude is legit. I mean, literally.
He took a head coaching job after being an assistant linebackers coach at Tampa Bay because he walked into the room in Pittsburgh and was like, I think I want this one.
This is the guy.
Yeah. And they were like, well, you have convinced us, actually. We'll dismiss anyone in Bill Cowher's tree. Thank you for being you.
Have you watched some of Tomlin's press conferences?
Yeah, he's crazy.
It's must-see TV.
Yeah,
it's
great.
Anyway, sorry.
His jawline when he's looking at a reporter and he don't like a question. Like I want to go home and apologize to my dad.
Yeah, me too. I mean, seriously, I feel like I'm in timeout. I would. Anyways.
Yeah. Eric Strauss joining us. He does 6 to 8 over there on KKO. But how's the program going?
Oh, mine. I mean, I've been doing it long enough. If it's not going well, I'm sure they'd get rid of me. Right?
Yeah, but for you, it's election night. So
but wouldn't they get rid of me? Vital, seriously. If
they keep promoting you. Oh, yeah.
6 to 8.
No, that's prime.
Yeah.
That's when results are coming in.
Well, I'll tell you this about the 6 to 8 spot. It's the spot that fit my life.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do any other show right now. I have 2 little ones. I'm daddy daycare. I'm running. I have businesses. And basically I told them 6 to 8's the only place I can land. And they were gracious enough to get, I don't want to sound, I'm humbled, blessed, and honored to have that spot. So for me, fits my life perfectly. I got to watch how I'm talking because I joke around and people don't get that I'm like tongue in cheek, you know, well, I'm self-deprecating, right? And you do it too much and people are like, damn, he's really angry guy.
Well, and we throw that a little bit on this program too, because obviously if we're doing like a conservative like joke or we're doing a KKOB, it's Eric because your fandom is there.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go, that the questions are always about you. Yeah. So we're at a Gliders game or Isotopes game or whatever, and it's so you work with Eric Strauss? Yes, we do.
Yeah, that's kind of you. It's kind of you.
The one that blew me away was we were broadcasting at the Balloon Fiesta, and they were like, "Oh, you mean Eric's not here?" And we're like, "Oh no, like we're here though."
You're being kind. Come on, now.
I'm being factual, is what I'm being.
Yeah.
You got a couple minutes? Hang out a little bit longer.
I got a show prep. So
all right, so
I'll do. When do you come back?
4 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll come on for another 5 or 6 or so minutes.
There we go.
I'm gonna go prep. And then I'll come back.
Eric, for just a little bit longer.
I got election night tonight.
This is a big night for you.
It's not for me. Here's we don't want to talk politics. Let's not go there. Because you'll get me. See, you threw the hook out there. And I almost like went right in.
We're gonna get what you think Cam Hayward should get paid because Aaron Donald get paid. That's the main reason I want you in.
Aaron Donald got paid today, didn't he?
Yeah. And I think Cam Hayward's better, and that's what we're gonna talk about.
Cam Hayward's I think faster, and I think Donald is more tenacious.
In the biz, we call this one a tease, and you give us the rest of that breakdown when we get back from the break. Absolutely. 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Are you ready to make home homier? Get it done with home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union can help with a home equity loan or line of credit. Learn more at kirtlandfcu.org/home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. You belong. An equal housing lender. Membership eligibility required.
This report is brought to you by Kirtland Federal Credit Union.
Well, all right. Traffic right now. Westbound on I-40, we're seeing slowdowns between Rio Grande and Unser. Southbound I-25, Osuna to Montgomery. It's moving slow. Westbound on Paseo, we've got congestion starting around 2nd Street. That's going to last you until Coors. North of the city, I-25 between Albuquerque and Santa Fe. That looks good in both directions. And south of town, Albuquerque to Los Lunas. Don't see any problems in either direction there. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Jim Rome Show.
Let me tell you something that I am not here for today. Joker slander. I am not interested in any of that. You know, the reigning NBA MVP. This guy's teammates are dropping left and right, and he's out there dropping dimes, ripping down boards, and scoring at will. So if you're coming at me to let me know how overrated he is, just keep moving. Save that for somebody else.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
For quite some time, I've been telling you about NuMale and how thousands of men have benefited from their industry-leading testosterone replacement, how these men have felt better and stronger, taking care of fatigue, depression, even erectile dysfunction. It's Jeff Symbieta, and did you know now NuMale also specializes in hair restoration? Truth. Hair restoration without side effects. Here's the number, 505-652-1688, or you can go to NuMale, NuMale.com. NuMale gives you options. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy that uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle to stop hair loss and regrow hair. They have an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser that's proven to regrow hair, and a NeoGraft hair transplant producing natural-looking results in less than a week with no linear scarring. The treatments work for both men and women who want a natural, thicker head of hair without side effects. NuMale is in Albuquerque. Give them a call at 505-652-1688 or visit them online at NuMale.com.
Carla's retiring early next month. We're all going to have to learn to pick up the slack.
The dessert making role at Sawyer's restaurant, deserted.
Tom, if you can handle beignets.
They need a new pastry chef who can souffle like it's a piece of cake.
Come on, guys, we got a line out the door. How much longer for those croissants?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by conducting interviews on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
How do you make the most of your land? If you ask the Wrens, who run with us on a John Deere mower, they tell you,
I mow first, then I do all the trimming.
But the Hubbards, who work behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor, would say,
If it's something you want, just go after it and try it.
Then there's the Mosers, who may mention from the seat of their John Deere Gator UTV.
You can't be all work and not play.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. Learn how to make the most of yours at Deere.com. Nothing runs like a deer.
What does it mean to be a good neighbor? It means rising up and being there for each other. For State Farm, it also means helping our customers because you are our neighbors. State Farm agent Art Sandoval wants you to know he's ready to help. To any State Farm customer facing financial burdens, call your State Farm agent. After all, now more than ever, being a good neighbor means everything. Art Sandoval, 338-0300. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
New Mexico Sports Authority, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, Aaron Donald got like $40 million, the most amount of money ever guaranteed to a player that's not a quarterback. And I'm going to sit here and tell everyone that he's not even the best guy at his position, and it's Cam Hayward for your Pittsburgh Steelers.
I agree. I mean, honestly, have you seen Hayward play? Have you ever watched him take a play off?
He's amazing.
Guy's phenomenal.
He's amazing.
He really is.
Pro Football Focus not only has Aaron Donald ranked higher than Hayward.
What?
He has Aaron Donald. The website has Aaron Donald ranked as the best player in the league.
Shut up.
No.
League.
Is it based off salary?
League.
Well, I think he's a media sweetheart, right? And that's
Plays
what
with
I think
nice
happens with a lot of these guys is they're just so likable and amicable. The other players like him, and I think they get this reputation, and it just builds momentum. Because think about it, a lot of these are just polls and opinions, and if you like somebody, you're going to say, yeah, he's the best. I mean, I like Jordan. You know, I'm still Jordan's the all-time best.
Jordan Love of the Packers.
No,
did you hear that, Vital?
Is that who you're talking about, Jordan Love?
Jordan Love sucked, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow, what a dud pick.
It's hard yes.
An epic waste,
dude. I guarantee there is no way Rodgers gets a contract if Donald was even half salt. Half. I almost said
yes.
Yes.
The thing to me about the Aaron Donald deal, and we'll let you go, Eric, because I know you got to do radio in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
40 mil apparently, and he gets 95. All right, 40 mil a year, but he's guaranteed 95 over the course of the 3 years of this deal. Are you kidding me, boys?
With an opt-out every year.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
No, this is real. So it's
He's not going to play the whole 3 years. They're saying. Some
No,
more
I'm
like
playing
2.
1 year.
If he doesn't win a Super Bowl this next year with the Rams, he's out. Real quick. The Browns.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson. Good idea or bad idea?
The worst idea.
Oh, horrible idea.
So, is there a way out of it now? I don't think there is.
What I read today was because there's new lawsuits past the 22 that were originally there, that is going to give you a clause. And that's going to allow the NFL to have some wiggle room, the Cleveland Browns. But what they're not going to get back is draft picks they gave to the Texans.
Yep.
If you're a Cleveland Brown fan, you're in a tough spot.
Yep.
And if you're denier, I don't know what other word to use.
There's no way. The dude definitely is a creeper.
A creep.
Right.
Yeah.
Full on creep.
So now you're going to have a creep as the star of your franchise on the building.
Yeah.
With women going there who pay money.
Sure.
And they're not going to be happy about it. I don't know. I don't know how you get out of it at this point.
I
hate the Browns. So for me,
yeah.
I'm loving every minute.
Of course you are. Of course
For me, it's good.
The exploratory and these 2 new ones ends in July. And I would expect the NFL at the very earliest part of July to say Baker Mayfield's the quarterback.
They suspended the receiver for a year for gambling. So if
right.
this is 100 women and the NFL doesn't give them at least a year minimum.
The NFL always sweeps things under the rug.
But with women, I guess, I don't know.
Ray Rice didn't lose his job until the video came out.
And if Ray Rice didn't play well, he would have lost his job immediately. That's it. So, all right.
The punishment is always commensurate on how well you play on the field.
Yep, exactly.
He's a superstar, so they're going to wait as long as possible.
I'm going to leave this hanging in the ether because I've got to go. I'm going to say if Colin Kaepernick could play football, he'd be in the league. Ooh, that'll get you fired.
Ooh, here we go.
Get more of that at 6 o'clock over on KKOB.
Later, boys.
I'm gonna call in and finish that one later.
Be one of the best in the business. He's so funny.
That's a good mic drop and walk away.
Yeah. Well,
there was a lawsuit that proved Kaepernick was right and there was collusion. Then he got a lot of money.
Well, there is that.
Besides that, besides the court of law proving that there was collusion.
If you put Eric on a sports channel, watch out. No one could handle it.
Can you do that for 3 hours every day?
Oh, he does that. I ran all his shows last week. Yeah, he can.
No, I mean about sports.
Oh, he's a big NFL fan though. I think he'd lose it in the other ones.
That's the thing about like sports talk is how we haven't even hit the NBA yet. We should have hit the NBA already to where it's, we're talking stadium deals and we're talking baseball and we're talking. Joe Madden got fired today from the Angels. I've been telling you guys for weeks he's about to get fired, and you guys are like, "What the heck are you talking about?" I'm like, "Look how terrible their super good team is."
Well, I mean, you tried to say he was going to get fired when they only lost 10, but once it hit 12, I get it. I get it now.
There's a world of sports that aren't just NFL, but if you're to do the NFL only program, hey, people are going to love that program. People will tune into that program all day long. They got all networks that are just the NFL. 505-246-0610. Aaron Donald is not worth $40 million a year or $95 million guaranteed with an opt-out after every year or whatever the deal ended up being. Just ain't. That position on your field is not worth that much money. It takes away from everything else you got.
Well, you're super wrong because he gets double teamed every single play.
Nice.
And depending on what play they're running, sometimes he gets triple teamed.
Nice.
So you're taking, okay, chill out over there, Deshaun. So depending on what play you're running, sometimes he gets triple teamed. Go again. You want to go again?
Nice.
Okay. So you're taking away 2 players from the other team, and then the rest of your defense is on a 10-8. What do you want to call it? In the hockey and a power play. You're on a power play. Your defense is on a power play every single play when you got Aaron Donald on your defensive line. He's worth the money.
Nah.
There's going to be arguments by the time he's retired. He's the best to ever do it.
Do what?
Play on the line on defense.
No.
Yes.
I already know who the best to ever do it is.
Go ahead.
Michael Strahan. He's on TV every day.
Okay. He went into space. He's the best defensive lineman to ever go into space. That is for sure.
Low key, that's so damn cool.
It is so cool.
Like,
I would do it.
Yes.
Cure my fear of heights immediately.
You don't have a fear of heights.
Yeah. Because I stood on top of a building. It's no space, but,
It's about as close as I've ever been.
It's not space, but,
Went to the top of the Sandias.
I don't look out of airplanes.
I do. That's my jam. Elon Musk, who does go to space like as a hobby, he's just like, this is my thing.
Has he even been since the first one? He didn't even go on the first one.
Do you hear yourself?
He put a bunch of gerbils up there first.
Do you hear yourself?
What?
What do you mean he's only been in space once? That's like that episode of The Simpsons where Frank Grimes, the neighbor, this is a 30-year-old reference I'm giving you. When Frank Grimes, the neighbor, goes to Homer because he's at Homer's house, he has a picture of him in outer space, and Frank Grimes is like, "You've been to outer space?" And Homer's like, "Oh, you haven't?" You're like what? That's the perspective you put? Hey, he's just messing with Twitter though, right? Like, being serious. Like, Elon Musk is not going to buy Twitter. He just went out there he just wanted to see the numbers. He's going to lose $1 billion in promissory so he could see the numbers of how many fake accounts exist on Twitter. That's what he bought.
It's wicked smart.
It's so smart.
It's wicked smart.
Also, you know how insider trading works? You know how much money he made off all this? Like, if he loses a bill, he already made 3 other bill, and he gets to see the numbers. He said that 50% of the Twitter user base is bots.
And where they're from is the most important.
That's crazy. Super crazy.
And to distract the world from his Twitter trick, his Twitter tomfoolery, he said he's going to put 1 million people on Mars in the next 5 years. Yeah, it's not happening.
For what?
Not happening.
What are they going to do up there?
Colonize Mars. I watched Total Recall. I saw the documentary Total Recall. It does not end well.
I don't at all have a comfort level with there being the idea that there's a planet where someone dies before someone is born. That messes with my head. That's what you thought.
Is there intelligent life on Mars? We already got a robot there. Are robots intelligent?
I'm not doing this ball strike conversation again, Michael. This is unacceptable. We're 2 men on live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We're powered by New Mexico Pinon Coffee. We play on Team I-9. Start our days at the YMCA Central New Mexico. Spend our evenings at Hollow Spirits. And over the weekend, I had my fair share of Teller Vodka. It's 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Going on a spring getaway? Park at Airport Parking. You'll pay about half of what it costs at the Sunport Garage. Shuttles run every 5 minutes, 24/7, and drop you off at the terminal door. Take I-25, exit 221, then take the first right to Airport Parking. Easier, quicker, smarter. This report brought to you by Airport Parking. Well, all right, traffic right now. Westbound on I-40, we're seeing slowdowns between Rio Grande and Unser. Southbound I-25, Osuna to Montgomery, it's moving slow. Westbound on Paseo, we've got congestion starting around 2nd Street. That's going to last you until Coors. North of the city, I-25 between Albuquerque and Santa Fe. That looks good in both directions. And south of town, Albuquerque to Los Lunas, don't see any problems in either direction there. Windows 11 is here. Trust Computer Corner to upgrade and install it for a more secure Windows experience. Find out if Windows 11 is right for you today. Schedule your setup at copcorner.com or call 881-2333. This report is sponsored by Computer Corner. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state, locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Hey everyone, I'm Erin Hawksworth here to help you beat the books with BetQL. The Rangers head to Cleveland to take on the Guardians, and the BetQL model likes the under 8 for game number 1 of the doubleheader today as a 5-star best bet. The Rangers have hit the under in 5 of their last 6 games, while the Guardians have gone under in 5 of their last 6 home games. I'm Erin Hawksworth. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetQL app today.
This is Michael David from Seattle. I'm 51 years old, and 6 months ago, I started taking Andro 400 to increase my testosterone. Since then, I've lost 35 pounds of fat, and my waist went from size 38 to size 32. I have more energy, and I look and feel 20 years younger. And now my wife tells me I have to take Andro 400.
Hi, this is Ron Johnson from Utah. After 10 weeks of taking Andro 400, I lost 13 pounds, and my waist went from 36 to 33. That was 8 years ago. I continue to take Andro 400, and I've maintained my weight at 172. Gained muscle and energy. I'm 63 now and feel better than I have in 30 years.
Andro 400, the natural way to increase testosterone, lose belly fat, gain energy, and feel great. Try Andro 400, the safe, effective, affordable way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
Napa know-how. At Napa, we're teaming up with Castrol to bring you the epic Castrol Motor Oil Truck Giveaway, where one lucky winner will get a brand new Ford F-150 and then pile the truck bed high with $5,000 worth of their favorite Napa parts and products. Now that's what we call a truck with a serious payload. See complete rules on how to enter without purchase at CastroPromotion.com. Napa know-how. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Offer ends 6/30/22.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching a kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dads want steaks, and with Father's Day around the corner, there isn't a better gift than Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com, type sizzle in the search bar, and order the Dads Want Steaks package. Send Dad more than just a gift. Send him an experience he'll love and can share with you. Go to omahasteaks.com and type sizzle into the search bar and order the Dads Want Steaks package today. You'll get 16 entrees and 4 desserts, plus 8 free Omaha Steaks burgers with your order. That's omahasteaks.com, keyword sizzle.
When some people peek under the hood, their first thought is, what's all this? You may as well be asking them to translate hieroglyphics in the Valley of Kings. If, on the other hand, you know automotive inside and out, from starter to tailpipe, good news. We're not looking for translators, but we need great mechanics like you.
If you have 5 years experience working service space, Leonard Tire and Automotive Repair is hiring. Simply email your resume with contact info to leonardtire@aol.com. Leonard Tire and Automotive Repair has the career you are looking for.
Take us with you anywhere.
Well, anywhere with cell service.
Download the KNML app in the Google Play or iTunes App Store. Just search KNML.
I like this one a lot, Michael.
It's a classic.
This isn't Imagine Dragons?
No.
Doing power rankings of the NBA Finals for NBA Finals MVP. Steph Curry obviously sitting in the number 1 spot, man. Try to say otherwise.
Draymond Green.
So stupid.
What he does on the court is more of an impact than just points.
So there's no such thing as a contribution on defense. That's not an actual thing.
What are you talking about?
It's not measurable.
Defense wins championships.
Marcus Smart ain't about to win a championship.
That's what super producer Mike Vitale says all the time.
I just think the Celtics had no business winning that game 1. Let's be honest.
Oh, I mean,
that
they won
to
it
me was a
handily.
drop in the bucket.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, they were perfect out there. Really.
Scored more points when the clock ran out. I think that's.
But that to me, they got lucky in that first game, but they lack confidence shooting the ball. They're sloppy. They have like 60 turnovers in 2 games.
They played really well 3 quarters in game 2, so there's that.
Here's how the MVP voting should go right now: Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, Looney, then give me Jason Tatum. That's how far down your boy Draymond is.
You could make a decent argument that Curry should barely get it over Draymond.
Oh God. The Warriors are either about to sweep this series from here on. Obviously, they accidentally lost game 1, or they're going to win in game 7. Those are the only 2 possible outcomes.
The Celtics are about to be up 2-1.
No.
Series have swings like this. This is going to happen.
Horford got lucky with that. The old guy was 6 threes in that first game, and that's just an anomaly.
He's a professional basketball player. Luck doesn't exist at that level.
He used to be a professional basketball player. Now he's old man Horford.
We're not talking about Luis Gonzalez getting a dinker single off of Mariano Rivera, hitting it only spot on the field that no one's standing. That's luck. A professional basketball player doing his job, that's not luck.
It's a good piece of inside-out hitting, actually, and he was able to knuckle one up the middle.
That's not where he is swinging.
Edgar Renteria comes around to score, and the Marlins win the championship. I don't know what your problem is right here.
It's the Diamondbacks, actually.
Yeah, well, close enough. I'm in on the idea that after this series is older and we're over and we're all a year older, that the Celtics will lose it in 7 in San Francisco, or they'll lose it in 5 in Boston. Those are the only options. I guess they would be in San Francisco. 5 would.
The 2-2-1-1-1 is a superior playoff format.
No.
You like the 2-3-2?
Yeah.
Man, if a team has like an actual home field advantage, in this situation, court, they have like an actual home court advantage and they're able to steal 1 or 2 on the road, that's an overwhelming advantage. With the 2-2-1-1-1, that's just a slight home court advantage to the team with the most wins. It's a superior format.
To me, 2-3-2 gives you more games quicker. 2-2-1-1-1 is too much travel.
Well, okay, that's on the league themselves. That's not on the airlines.
It
only takes a couple hours to get across the country.
Oh, hold on. You think my boys for the San
You
Francisco
don't
Warriors
need 2 days off.
are flying commercial?
You don't need 2 days off.
Oh, you do not.
1 day off, even on a travel game.
You know, I'll say this. Like, if it's a weekend, play a game in the morning, play a game at night. Like, let's get this thing done.
Just get a couple guys from the crowd.
A couple double headers,
Hey,
whatever.
you look fit, Steve.
Yeah.
You shoot some hoop. We got a double header.
Trying to hoop? Hi, who here at Oracle's hooping tonight?
Did you bring your shorts?
It's not called Oracle anymore. Here's a fun not finals related NBA story. Philadelphia 76ers guard James Harden. You guys familiar with him? He has to, by the end of the month, decide whether he wants to pick up his $47.4 million player option for next season or become a free agent.
God, there's so much champagne room.
You guys have the same joke.
47 million. That is so much champagne room.
Or not. And you're like, you two are like, oh, that's a no-brainer. He's going to take the 47 million. Hey, just like 5 minutes ago, he turned down 50 million in Houston. Like, no, he's not.
Philadelphia and Pennsylvania has way higher tax rates than Texas.
Everyone has way higher tax rates when it comes to income than Texas.
Mm-hmm.
He also, if you remember, he turned down 3 years, $160 in Brooklyn. I can't figure out the money that James Harden can't figure out. And if you remember, he turned down a max of 4 years, what would that be? 225. He don't care.
That's nuts.
That's so nuts. His thing is, will I take 40? And by the way, Philadelphia, worth living in. Nearly 5 million people in the metro, ton of restaurants, ton of amenities. You get a world of excitement and extracurriculars.
Yes, I heard they're lovely there. Look, now I think he's going to take the money this time because he's starting to look like Charles Barkley.
Physically.
Charles Barkley now is the shape that he's in.
And that's a very rude thing to say.
About Charles Barkley?
Yes.
Oh.
Clean cut guy. I think he turns it down because I think right now he could easily get, and I mean easily, from probably every team in the league, 4 years, 100, 110. And you're like, well, Fred, he could get one in 1 year, but I don't think he'll get paid another one if he keeps declining this way. So I feel like one right now you can claim, hey, I'm on the comeback. Give me 25 over the next 4. Because 25 over the next 4 is better than 50 over 1.
Here's the problem with Harden. And I'm going to tell you the problem with Harden. Since the NBA changed their foul rules.
You're talking about drawing fouls.
Correct.
Offensive drawing fouls on defenders.
He goes to the free throw line about half as much as he did in his MVP seasons when he was top 3, top 5 MVP vote getter every year. He's still a top 15 basketball player. Top 20 without blinking in the NBA.
You're very wrong.
He get paid. He gonna get paid.
He's bottom 20.
Percent or people?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, he just lies all the time. How can you claim hamstring? That's just a lie.
How do you claim hamstring?
Yeah, like the problem is not your hamstring, it's you. You can't just be like, I got a hamstring problem. No, it's you have a problem of not winning. You have a problem being a loser. You have the best player on the planet on your team. Loser?
That's what I'm telling you, man. CP3, Harden, Westbrook, Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin?
Throw all these guys together.
Why Blake Griffin?
These guys who's never won anything. Give them one more shot. Sign all these guys.
Blake Griffin ain't even in that. He's not even the cosmos of that conversation. He should not be a winner.
He used to be so good.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
He dunked over one Kia, and you thought he was good.
Yes.
That's very factual.
I'm a Toyota guy. Kias deserve to get dunked on.
You can't have brand loyalty to slam dunk competitions. That's too hyper specific.
Since when?
When we get back, Josh Sushan will join us. We're going to talk Albuquerque Isotopes and where his brand loyalty lands. You know what he's going to say? Power forward. You already know. 100% he's going to say that.
It's a rivalry week.
He's a big Larry H. Miller guy.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All in all, traffic not looking too bad here in the metro this afternoon. We do have some slow spots, though. Westbound on I-40, 4th Street to Unser. That's moving slow. We're also seeing slowdown southbound on I-25 between Osuna and Montgomery. And westbound on Paseo, congestion starting around Jefferson. That's going to last until Coors. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Maggie Gray with a CBS Sports Minute. Lakers head coach Darvin Ham spoke glowingly about Russell Westbrook in his introductory press conference, and it would have been more convincing if it hadn't been exactly what Coach Frank Vogel tried to preach when the Lakers first traded for Westbrook. Ham said Westbrook is going to have to sacrifice on the offensive end, but will Westbrook feel the same way? Westbrook is entering the final year of his contract and may feel that to get paid again, he has to be the Westbrook of old. No sacrificing there. I'm Maggie Gray.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Global football coach Danny Gonzalez.
Obviously, there's something more than just what Coach Saban said the other night. As a college football coach and more as a fan, what's next going to happen. So I kind of enjoyed it. All the NIL conversations you did on Friday are great. I mean, nobody knows, so keep asking questions. You might find ideas that we don't even think about.
Local talk, weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. We see it every day. People hurt in car wrecks being misled by the insurance companies in order to minimize the amount of money they have to pay. When the insurance company tells you you don't need an attorney, that's when you know you need an attorney. Want a fair settlement? Don't attempt to deal with the insurance company on your own. Call Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys today at 544-4444. We'll fight hard to get you all the money you deserve and keep you out of the courtroom.
Can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014.
If you're trying to buy a home, you know how much competition there is. Multiple offers and most of them above the asking price. So how do you get an advantage? Scott Stigler here for Indigo Mortgage. One way to set your offer apart is with a pre-approval, not just a pre-qualification. A pre-approval gives the seller confidence the loan is solid and takes away any guesswork about what offer to accept. A pre-approval is an actual approval. A pre-qualification is really just an analysis of the loan by the lender, not seen by an underwriter. So the pre-approval letter gives you an edge, maybe the difference in getting the home you want. Because Indigo Mortgage is a mortgage broker, they can help you get a pre-approval. Not all mortgage companies do this for customers, and Indigo Mortgage does it for free. See, they really do live up to the promise that nobody cares more about your mortgage loan. Call Ben Lucero and his team at Indigo Mortgage, 836-5700, or go to indigomortgage.net. NMLS 188348.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of a brand new ice maker dropping cubes into a fresh glass of water, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Final days ends June 8th to save up to 30% off select appliances. Valid May 19th through June 8th. Gas range extra. While supplies last. See store for details.
O'Reilly. Stay cool this summer with AC Pro Refrigerant and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after mail-in rebate, plus earn double O Rewards points with the purchase of select AC Pro Refrigerant products. Beat the heat before you hit the road with AC Pro Refrigerant at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The Albuquerque Isotopes are in town tonight, taking on the rival El Paso Chihuahuas. That's right, this is the week to kick off your summer. So come get your hot dog fix, cheer on the Chili Pepper Rays, and watch the boys of summer play America's pastime. Because memories are made watching Isotopes baseball. For tickets and more information, visit abqisotopes.com. Albuquerque Isotopes baseball, the best family entertainment in town.
This is where New Mexico comes for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Albuquerque Isotopes baseball tonight. The boys are playing. So I'm going to call it a rivalry. That's what I'm going to call it. But it's only a rivalry if you have mutual respect, and I don't have that at all for El Paso. So I'm going to call this just a whooping that the good guys are going to put on the bad guys. And joining us to talk about that is Josh Sushan. Josh, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me on the program.
How's the ballpark tonight? People coming out? Pretty excited? What's going on?
I mean, it's warm. It is warm, but the good news is the sun is setting. It's cooling off.
There you go.
The other good news is that – sorry, let me turn down the crowd mic here a little
That's
bit.
all right. Ambient.
The other good news is that because there was no United game this past Saturday, I think this is the best that this field has looked all year.
Oh,
like it looks
okay.
immaculate. Nice. The guys were able to put in a lot of work when the team was on the road that they don't normally get to do. Edging, they got to do some grass art. There's like some designs. Field looks really, really good right now.
Okay, what is your favorite shark? Baby, mommy, daddy, grandma, or grandpa shark?
Good question.
Tough one. What do you guys think I'm going to answer?
Well, it's obviously grandma because when she starts to do the dance, everyone else is already also dancing. So I'm going to go with grandma shark.
The closer.
Anytime in general that grandma dances, people get most excited.
just across the board, whether it's at a wedding, whether it's at wherever, right? Just in general, when grandma dances, people get most excited.
So there you go. It's Grandma Shark.
So
But I
we
still like
had
Baby Shark best.
Josh. I had a stack of tickets for you for the Baby Shark live at the Rio Rancho Event Center, but you're going to be in El Paso.
Yep.
Sorry for your life right now, having to go to El Paso.
Terribly sorry.
This is I know there are dates on calendars that like use a broadcaster circle. Instead of putting a circle around this, do you just put like a skull and crossbones when you have to go to El Paso?
The best part about going to El Paso is you don't have to get on a plane.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a nice break.
Oh no, you got the Madden thing? Did I never know this?
Are you afraid of flying?
No. I love flying. I would prefer to fly than bus,
Yeah,
but it's just, let's face it, it's easier, it's cheaper. I can drive myself if I would like to. I usually do. I probably will on this one. No, I love flying. I sleep like a baby most of the time on flights.
I can't sleep sitting up. If I'm on a long flight and I could lay down, I'm out like a light.
I gotta have a window. If I have a window, I can sleep.
I sleep regularly on flights. That's my go-to.
You
I
could
think
just
it's one of the most important life skills that you can have.
you could just lean over and sleep on a 1-hour flight.
Yeah.
See, I can't do that.
Easily. Like without resistance. Like the little pillow boy, the whole thing. It's not a thing at all.
Well, let me clarify. Now that I quit Xanax and wine before I fly,
Okay.
now I can't.
Got it. I did not get the media preview today. Josh, who's on the mound tonight for the home team?
It's going to be Dylan Overton, who
pretty good.
is making the start. Peter Lambert was supposed to go. His elbow is barking once again. I'm really bummed for Pete. You know, he had Tommy John surgery in 2020. He's been trying to come back, and he's made 4 starts for us and starting to feel some pain again. So they're going to shut him down and get back to work from a rehab standpoint on that. Just try and get that, try and get rid of that. But I'm really bummed for Pete. I thought he was making progress, and he was, he had just been reinstated from the injured list, and he had been optioned down, so it was no longer a medical thing, it was a baseball thing, and now he has to get sidelined again. It just stinks. It just goes to show that Tommy John surgery has an extremely high success rate, but it's not 100%, and it doesn't mean that Peter's never going to be back. It just means that some guys can get back in 11 and 12 months, and some get back in 14 to 15 months, and some guys, it might take 2 years. It might take even longer, And, I'm feeling for Pete right now. Good kid, good pitcher. And I don't know how long he's going to be out for, but I'm bummed that he's not pitching tonight.
You said the weather is a little up there, right? The Fahrenheit's ticking up there. Does the second the sun go down, you see like a rush of fair weather Isotopes fans show up, or is it like just the same passionate fan base as usual?
It's usually the same passionate fan base. The one thing that I do enjoy is that on the Berman right field, for one of the light fixtures, it leaves a big old shadow, right? And people sit right in that shadow.
Yeah.
They move. As the shadow moves, they move with it. And you see them all lined up because it goes straight up. Well, kind of at an angle, but you get the point. It goes up. And so it's always fun to see people sit in that shade so that it blocks their eyes from the sun.
What time's the bus leave on Thursday or on Friday?
On Friday, it leaves at 8 a.m.
All right. You got room for me? What's up? Can I come down? Can I do the show from there? Can we just make a whole thing about it? Can we just invade El Paso and ruin everything about them?
Fred, he is not welcome in El Paso. Josh, tell him to his face right now.
I want anarchy, so I said yes already. Let's find out just how unwelcome he is in El Paso.
I want my reputation to precede me. I got a real problem with El Paso. There's a lot of reasons why, but the most obvious is Albuquerque does not want to be El Paso, and everyone thinks in El Paso that Albuquerque does. And I'm telling you that everything here is better. The weather, the people, the food, the baseball. Like, where does El Paso get off thinking that they can split a 6-game homestand into 2 3-3 boys?
I'm glad you brought this up. It has been a fierce debate in the press box on what we should call this. So you're saying that this is 2 different 3-game series?
I'm saying this is a homestand that we have been wronged for. And I'm saying that El Paso is to blame.
And they got the weekend part of it.
So, yeah.
Which is really unfair.
Insanely. Do you know where Josh wants to sleep this weekend? In his home. You know what? He can't because of El Paso.
The shame.
What is the conversation in the press box? Are they calling it 3-3 or are they calling it a homestand?
More people than not believe that it's 2 different 3-game series. I'm of the opinion that it is a 6-game series. Apparently, someone has asked the Elias Sports Bureau within recent years when this came up. And the Elias Sports Bureau believes incorrectly that once you move cities, it changes the series, which I totally disagree, because for the Field of Dreams game last year, that was part of a series, and they played in a different city, in a different ballpark. They played in a different state, right?
Yes, I agree with everything you're saying. I would call this a 6-game home and home series.
There you go.
See, I might be leaning, now that you say it like that, I might be leaning with Elias, because there's 3 games in a really good, beautiful city, and then you go to this garbage village for 3 games. So it completely changes the landscape of the series.
I put it on Twitter, and 75% of those who voted thought that it's a 2-3 game series.
Oh, God.
And then Tim Haggerty, he's the play-by-play announcer for your least favorite team.
Is he nice?
Depends.
What did I need to know what he did wrong in life to end up in this situation.
Well, it's actually a really fun story about Tim. So
Prison release.
He was with the team in Portland, and then when Portland moved to Tucson, he moved with them, and then when Tucson moved to El Paso, he moved with them. So he's been with them for a very long time.
Well, I mean, Tucson's a wonderful place, and I can understand how he would have got into that situation. It's basically a sister city to Albuquerque. I love everything about it, but you have to go to El Paso, and on like June 11th, they're doing auction off of SpongeBob SquarePants jerseys, and that is the stupidest promotion I've ever heard. And I just, it's unacceptable to me that this is considered even on the same level as our boys.
El Paso has nothing to do with pineapples or seas.
Nothing
whatsoever.
Okay. I need to take a break from it. We're live at the ballpark on Wednesday. Josh, what are we looking forward to at the final game of the middle game,
Thursday?
The middle game of the homestand.
You guys are coming out tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Then you get to see Brandon Gold pitch. And
Very
Brandon's been
good.
Really good.
Insanely good.
Yeah. And you'll see the Isotopes on the verge of a second straight victory tomorrow night.
Well, I love that.
Love it.
Everything about that. Josh, you're the absolute best. Did we miss anything, brother?
I don't think so. No. Oh, I talked to Warren Schaefer on the pregame show.
How's he
Warren
doing?
weighs in on this.
How's he doing?
Yeah, and we talked about this really cool base running trickery that he did, and we also talk about Jose Urena and Riley Smith. We talked about a lot of things, and Warren said, "Dude and bro, once each."
Okay.
We got the clicker,
Yeah.
so now we know.
What's the season totals for dudes and bros up to?
Ooh, that's a good question. He usually averages a dude every other interview. So if this is like week 9 of the season, he's probably at about 5 right now.
That's a good average.
Does he ever hit you with this one? I'm not your dude, bro.
He has not said that to
Okay,
me.
because
He might have said, I am your dude, bro.
Oh, I do like that. You're our dude and our bro, friend of the show, Josh Sushan. Thank you so much, Jay.
My pleasure. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
Good dude.
Appreciate you.
Good dude. What's your favorite part of Josh?
Left arm.
Need a break from you.
Let's take one.
Vital, how close are we? You don't have talk back, do you, Vital? Over the air. Nope. Could be saying anything. No clue. Absolutely nothing. I'm assuming there's outro music playing. I can't tell.
There it goes.
We didn't set a varsity today. Let's wrap this thing up with Major League Baseball talk.
I'm in.
Zooming on. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
JPR wants to help you get away to your backyard. They've got 4 gravel locations with the largest selection of gray and decorative gravel plus sand, crusher fines, base course, topsoil, flagstone, and boulders. Love your landscape. Visit jprnm.com. This report is sponsored by JPR Incorporated. Well, traffic looking better and better out there. A couple of slow spots, though, you're going to want to keep an eye on. Westbound on Paseo, around 2nd Street, you're going to start to see slowdowns. That's going to last until Coors. Southbound on I-25, Osuna to Montgomery, still moving a bit slow, and we are seeing some slowdowns southbound on Coors as you approach Montano.
Construction on I-40 between 98th and Coors Boulevard is ongoing. Eastbound traffic is reduced to 2 lanes. I-40 on-ramp closures at Unser will impact drivers. NMDOT District 3 is overseeing the project. Mountain States Constructors is performing the work. Visit nmroads.com.
This report brought to you by Mountain State Constructors.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state, locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Are you 50 years or older? The New Mexico Department of Health recommends that you receive a second COVID-19 booster. If it's been 4 months since your first booster, it's time to schedule your second. Individuals that are 50 years of age or older have an increased risk of severe COVID-19 illness. This is especially important for individuals with underlying medical conditions. Your health risk is lowest when you stay up to date with your COVID-19 vaccines. Don't wait. Schedule your booster today at vaccinenm.org. That's vaccinenm.org.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. If the insurance companies treated you fair after you've been in an accident, we wouldn't be in business. They have teams of adjusters, investigators, and attorneys that are all working against you and want to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. When we call, the insurance companies listen. We'll fight hard to get you all the money you deserve and to keep you out of the courtroom. Don't settle for less. Call Lerner Rowe Injury Attorneys today at 544-4444. The call and the advice are free.
Lerner Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014.
The Albuquerque Isotopes are in town tonight, taking on the rival El Paso Chihuahuas. That's right. This is the week to kick off your summer. So come get your hot dog fix, cheer on the Chili Pepper Rays, and watch the boys of summer play America's pastime. Because memories are made watching Isotopes baseball. For tickets and more information, visit abqisotopes.com. Albuquerque Isotopes baseball, the best family entertainment in town.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The sports animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Six o'clock. Like 13 minutes away from the Isotopes. We'll hand over to Josh Sushan for the pregame. Well, Isotopes baseball as they beat up on the El Paso. What do you call them? Chicharrones?
Chupacabras.
Thank you. This could be a sweep. If it's 2 3-game series, you could have 2 back-to-back sweeps.
2 sweeps, correct.
That's what I want.
Yes.
Not sure if he was at the Nelly concert on Sunday, but he's with us now, joining us on the show. Friend of the show, Mailman. How are you?
Bro! Illuminati, dog!
Yes, I'm into all of that.
Hey, so I like that Eric Strauss dude. He's my new dog.
He is funny.
He's a lot of fun.
He's very good.
Yes, he's a Steeler-hound, so he's welcome in my town.
Obviously, you'll be listening to the Isotopes broadcast tonight, but on nights that there are no Isotopes, you just, after the boys wrap up, you go over to Eric and you hang out for another hour. So that's how it works here. That's what I do.
That's what I do as well.
So, since get better, Randy. We need you back, bro.
Keep going. You're talking about Randy Orton, obviously. We need Randy Orton.
I got to ask you about that Cody injury, dog. Did you see
oh my gosh.
shoulder?
Van, you didn't see this.
Nope.
Cody Rhodes wrestled at Hell in a Cell this past Sunday, and his shoulder, because he blew his tit out. So, like, his tit came detached from his chest.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you a photo. This is bad radio on air. But this is the bruising that causes whenever that happens. And I would describe that as licking to the center of a lollipop, color of red all the way down. And it was one of the most brutal injuries I had ever seen performed with.
Looks fake.
Dude, I'd never seen anybody fight. Dude, if they had done that to me, just lay me in a bed and I ain't getting up for 10 weeks. I ain't moving.
So it's a pec. They literally ripped the pec
torn
off.
pec.
Ugh.
Is he right? Is he right-handed?
He is right. I don't have that answer.
Yeah, I don't think that would stop me from doing much.
Dude, he tore his pec off the bone.
So gross, super gross. And then,
dude, I was looking at that. I was like, holy smoke! And then, I got swerved last night.
Well, hold on. No spoilers.
Shady was gonna happen.
No, listen, mailman. Mailman, no spoilers. I haven't watched last night yet. So,
dude.
big recap tomorrow though,
right.
because we're live at the ballpark tomorrow, and that is the time I loved it. There's something that means a lot of fun about talking. We'll talk pro wrestling with Isotopes players. Like Major League Baseball players love pro wrestling, but I'll be all caught up by then because I'm only now recovering from Hell in a Cell this past Sunday.
Okay, so I did it in reverse. I was gonna watch Hell in a Cell. I got tied up on Sunday, and then when I went to go watch it, I hate the stupid Peacock contract that they have. Hi. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's tell you,
I hate that stupid Peacock contract that they have because at least when they had their network, the network you could tune it in and watch it anytime.
Right.
But now the Peacock contract is if you come in late, you can't even watch it. It said the live event was over and there was no replay available until day 2. So I have to watch the replay today. So like you, I've been doing it backwards in reverse.
Well, and the thing about that contract is because you are on the entry tier, I am on the super high pay extra tier, and it allows me to do exactly what you're describing. And that's how they get you. That's how they get you for more money.
How much does that cost?
I don't know. I don't link the bank account. I just watch wrestling.
Hey, I paid for it like you did. But they didn't say that there's a extra fee to do that. I didn't see that nowhere.
Fred's a sports influencer.
Yeah, don't you know?
So,
yeah, I guess. And since you you make sure you tell Buck Diesel we need more than one day a week out of him.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I got some. I'm gonna have some barbecue for him. He got to come to work to get it.
Yes, and also you could do that this Friday because we're live at Hollow Spirits. Come hang out with your boys. Me and Robert will be there. And we got to cut you loose, mailman, because it is you're in a battle out there. He's so funny.
I absolutely love that he's actively delivering mail.
Oh yeah,
when he's talking to us,
I
never get sick of that.
No.
It's so funny.
And also, I don't know what region of the city the mailman services, but they're fortunate.
Creaky gates.
That's
what neighborhood has the creakiest gates?
The community, the retirement home, creaky gates. He only does neighborhoods that you see in horror movies where families are like, I think it's a good idea to grow a family here. Like the young parents, but it's obviously haunted.
I'm legit going to get him one of those mini cans of WD-40 so he can spray on everything.
I would die laughing.
When he's on his route.
I would die. So obviously I guess I'm the biggest sports influencer in town. Like, I don't know how else to say that.
Says Fred Slow, of course. Yeah.
I think it's been voted on. I don't know who all was in the running aside from me because obviously all of their takes and opinions would be influenced by me.
Naturally.
Yeah. So as the biggest sports influencer in the town, I called weeks ago that Joe Madden was done. I said he's done less with more talent than any manager I've ever seen outside of Dusty Baker. And for him to even be in a position to lead men is insulting to men.
I think it's really a bummer that they went through this because let's do some real talk here. The baseball manager at that high of a level,
yes,
isn't the most important coaching position in sports. Not close.
What are you going on about?
You don't set the game plan. You don't call plays in the moment. What you're doing is keeping your guys from killing each other
Mm-hmm.
and then having a clubhouse rapport.
I don't mind if my guys are killing each other if they're killing the ball.
Yes, that's very Tony La Russa of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You talking about the winner, Tony La Russa, multi-time World Series champion, Tony La Russa?
Of the underperforming White Sox who's next to get fired?
Well, I mean, I actually heard on the way out for Joe Madden that he called for an intentional walk of Tony La Russa to the parking lot and then outside the building. So we'll see how that goes through as well. I mean, it's tough for old guard because this is not an old guard sport anymore. Your Joe Maddens, your Tony La Russas, your Joe Giardis. They all got to go.
You need to be very recently retired and speak Spanish.
Yadier Molina?
Yadier Molina is the coach of the Cardinals next year. Congratulations.
Marmol's got, he's a pretty good cat.
He's out of here.
No.
He's bumped. He's going to be demoted to bench coach, and he's going to love it. He's like, yes, I will be number 2 to Yadi Molina. Of course I will.
So Yadi Molina is going to be the manager of the Los Angeles Anaheim Angels of California County. And his hitting coach is going to be Albert Pujols, and his pitching coach is going to be Benji Molina. And if you think I'm lying, if you think this is hyperbole in any way, you don't understand the level of sports influence that I have.
Okay, what job does Jose Molina get? Because there's a third brother.
He broadcasts.
He's got a gig.
He's a broadcaster.
Oh, he's gonna
Spanish broadcaster.
He's gonna switch teams. No. Digo no regresa a pelota.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know what you said. I think it has something to do with ice cream.
This is say goodbye to the ball.
Well, there you go.
He's not coming back.
Shohei Ohtani is going to wear a third hat, pitch, hit, and manage.
Yeah. Pitcher, hitter, manager.
It's not a good week for managers named Joe. Joe Girardi.
Eat a bag of farts, Pete Rose.
All right. Weird take. Joe Madden.
Player managers for loser. Pitcher, hitter, manager. Shohei Ohtani's in the house.
Which Yogi Berra is real name? Joe? Probably.
Oh, it's Yogith. It's Yogi for short.
I tell it's not Yogith. Why do you let him get away with this?
I'm sorry. It's Yogith. I've mispronounced it.
It's Giuseppe.
That is Joe. The Anaheim Angels, California County, Los Angeles, San Jose. If they don't have Ohtani manage the team, they're cowards. Because you're not going to come back from this. You're on a 12-game slide. You're not going to end up finishing strong anyways. You do it. You get the attention.
There's so much baseball left. They'll be fine. I picked them to get the wild card. They're in position to get the wild card.
Phil Niekro has been named interim manager. Phil Nevin. Phil Nevin.
Is it Nevin?
Yes.
They're going to be cheating real hard if Niekro's at the helm. I'm excited for that.
Cowards. Good program today, Van.
It was.
Anything we missed?
Oh, my goodness. Anything we did miss, make sure you check out tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff, JJ, and A-Marie.
Oh. Good job, everyone. GG.
See you at the lab tomorrow, Burke.
You want 8 of the flutes and onyx?
Shira's hand-blown glassware blows right off her store's shelves.
Back